welcome to the show. Today we're going to be watching the FBI press conference out of Utah about Charlie Kirk. This press conference was supposed to go earlier, but they held it for a reason which will become obvious here in a few minutes. I will say that the FBI supposedly has a name of a person of interest that has not been confirmed by the FBI, but I started hearing that. Rich, dark. Anybody out there? When did I hear that? About two, but here it goes.
I'm sure that they will introduce themselves.
Can you hear?
We've been waiting for this for a long time. A lot of breaking developments tonight in terms of a recovered weapon. We have this new TMZ video that we've been airing for you. We know that they have palm prints. We know that they have fingerprints. We know that they have footprints. Let's listen in.
This evening, we have FBI Director Patel, FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino, Special Agent in Charge Robert Bowles, Governor Spencer Cox, Lieutenant Governor Deidre Henderson, and Commissioner Anderson, as well as, Commissioner Bo Mason, as well as some local partners here present with us today. Governor, we'll kick it off. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here tonight. We appreciate the media and the partnership we have with you in helping us to get information out to the public so that we can catch this assassin and hold him accountable. We are going to share a portion of a video and that we have of the suspect, as well as some new stills. Those have already been released, but we want to make sure that they get as much attention as possible so that we can get help from the public in tracking down this evil human being. So we're going to cue up the video right now. Show that. I've asked Commissioner Bo Mason if he would in this video.
Thank you, Governor. Bo Mason, Commissioner for the Utah Department of Public Safety. If you look up to the top left, you'll see the building where the shooter was proned out in the top left corner. We'll go ahead and play that video and I'll narrate as we walk through that. So here you see the suspect ran behind that upper building. He's going to come out on the right, moves to this far right corner. As he does, he's going to climb off the edge and then drop down to the ground. As he did that, he left some palm impressions. There's some smudges, some places we're looking to collect DNA. There's a shoe imprint where we believe the suspect is clearly identified as wearing Converse tennis shoes. Again, we'll replay that again so you can get another view of that. It's important to note his black t-shirt, his black pants, and there appears to be some white on the soles of those Converse tennis shoes. Those are all identifiable items that we're looking for. In the stills that are going to follow this, you're going to see a very distinctive t-shirt with an American flag and appears to have an eagle on it. There's also a baseball cap with a triangle on it and a pair of sunglasses. All distinctive, all things that we would ask the public to look for and try to identify if they know someone who has those items, who has been seen wearing those items. We're looking for all that information. Here you see the suspect after dropping off the building. He moved around across this grassy area, around the parking lot. We're going to pan to the right. After he crosses the street, this is where he moves over into the wooded area. This is the video evidence that we utilize to track his movements and to locate that firearm in that wooded area following the discovery of this evidence. Good. You want to go to the stills? So here's the still photographs. I mentioned these have been enhanced. So these are slightly different than what we introduced earlier. Please pay close attention to the t-shirt. Like I said, very distinctive with that American flag and that eagle. The hat with the triangle and the sunglasses. If you'll go to the next picture, please. The backpack as well. all identifying features that we're hoping the public can help us identify and lead us to this suspect. Next picture. And again, there's a better picture of the hat with that triangle logo, and again, the t-shirt, blue jeans, and you get a good look at those Converse tennis shoes as well. We have pushed these out. We'll continue to push these out, and we just ask for the public's cooperation through the public. The tips that have been coming in are what are giving us our next leads and enabling us to continue to further this investigation. We've had great cooperation from the public, and we're continuing to ask for that as we move forward. Thank you, and I'll turn the time back over to Governor Cox.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Mason. I want to thank Director Patel and his team. It's great to have them on the ground with us tonight. We've had several briefings, and he's had an opportunity to walk the crime scene. We appreciate our local law enforcement here. Again, we have Mike Smith, who is the county sheriff here. We have all of our local chiefs of police that are here as well, all working hand in hand with the state and with the FBI as we move forward with this investigation. Now, I'll just give you a little warning. We will not be taking any questions at this time. We're giving you the latest information we have, being as transparent with everything that we have. But I do want to share a couple things that I think are important. We cannot do our job without the public's help right now. The public has answered our call for action. So far, we've received more than 7,000 leads and tips. I would just note that the FBI hasn't received this many digital media tips from the public since the Boston Marathon bombing. This case also highlights the dedication of our law enforcement community. We have 20 federal, state, and local law enforcement partners that are working shoulder to shoulder to find the person who committed this horrific crime. With their support, we've completed nearly 200 interviews. As you're aware, as has already been reported, the FBI is offering a $100,000 reward for information leading to the identification and arrest of the person responsible for the murder of Charlie Kirk. We also continue to implore the public to support this investigation and come forward with any information. We are truly hopeful that this video and new photos will lead to even more tips. We are processing. We have an incredible team, a state and federal team working together to process those tips. We are going out in tandem to interview any potential person of interest or suspects. But we need, again, we need as much help as we can possibly get. Any videos or photos that you might have, the public should be submitted to our digital media tip line, which is www.fbi.gov/Utah Valley shooting, all lowercase. Again, that is fbi.gov/Utah Valley shooting, all lowercase. You can also provide general tips about the shooting by calling 1-800-CALL-FBI. That's 1-800-CALL-FBI, or at tips.fbi.gov. This is, I would just say, this is not just a local matter here in Utah. We have people all over the country that are helping to bring this perpetrator to justice for Charlie Kirk and his family. I will just add as well that, as was mentioned, there is a lot of forensic evidence that is being processed right now at both the state lab and the federal labs, federal lab on the East Coast. So we are working in tandem together. I would also just add a word of note for those people who are spending so much time on social media. I think Charlie said it best, that when things get bad, we should put our phones down and spend a little time with our families. There is a tremendous amount of disinformation. We are tracking our team, the state team, and I'm sure the federal team as well. What we're seeing is our adversaries want violence. China, we have bots from Russia, China, all over the world that are trying to instill disinformation and encourage. I would encourage you to ignore those, to turn off those streams, and to spend a little more time with our families. We desperately need some healing. We'll have more to say about that in the days and weeks to come. More than anything, we are going to catch this person. Last thing I will just say is we've been working with our attorneys, getting everything that we need, affidavits ready, so that we can pursue the death penalty in this case, and that will happen here in the state of Utah. Again, to the public, to those who are grieving, thank you for your prayers. I know we are feeling those prayers. I know the Kirk family is feeling those prayers as well. We pray that God will bless our nation at this very dark time. We can start healing by finding this perpetrator and holding him accountable, and we need your help to do that. Thank you.
Yeah, he was walking with a limp. It's because he had a rifle down his pants.
That is the press conference we have been waiting for. We continue our coverage as the manhunt for Charlie Kirk's assassin continues. Authorities just gave an up.
Oof. I mean, go ahead. Thank you, Ting Ting, by the way. Appreciate you.
Yeah, you're going live at 10:30, right?
10:30, yep.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put it live on your channel.
So I did. I went back in, I edited it, and I added my channel on there. So we are live on DLD After Dark as well. But I'll be after we shut this down, I'll be going live again at 10:30 on my channel.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts after watching that?
I mean, I don't know. We had a conversation earlier, right? And we said, what you can talk about our conversation when you were like, you were asking for a little bit of advice.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm kind of torn on a couple things because I feel like, look, I'd gone through social media and I had seen so many different things of crazy people saying the most ridiculous things, right? Like all these people saying like his ring moved from the ring finger to his pinky, and that was fake. That was a little like fidget thing that you can actually see in several other videos that he had that was not a closed ring, and he would flip it from finger to finger. A lot of people were saying like, well, he was off, he was agitated, he was picking up the mic and setting it down, and that
He does that all the time.
All the time. And I think a lot of people are looking for things. The whole numerology thing, like, look, I know that there are signs and there are crazy things, and there is absolutely a cabal of dirty devil worshiping PDF files that do crazy, dirty, disgusting things. But people are like, in that picture with the tent, there was 3 stacks of hats with 47, the Trump presidential 47 hats, and 4 plus 7 is 11, and there were 3 sets of them, so 11 times 3 is 33. So it's the Freemasons,
and you carry the Y, then you go by the cosine of.
Yeah, and they're like the 11 is 33, and the 33 is hello, and hello is 247, and I'm like, dude, okay, you're losing me with this stuff, right? Like, the reality is this, and it made me stop and realize something. It made me stop and realize that, like, I did a live stream on Instagram earlier, and it made me pause and be like, really what I wanted to do is I wanted to come to my community, because we've built an incredible community of awesome people and not only on my channel, here as well, all over the place.
We share community.
Yeah, we have a lot of the same viewers. Check my channel out, DLD After Dark. Self little plug, sorry. But like,
gotta do it.
When I went live, I just wanted to kind of come up and have a conversation with my people and be like spitballing about stuff and talk about things and say, not say, I believe this happened and this happened because of this, but say, hey, I don't know what happened, right? Like, I don't know for sure, but could it have been a, one-off lone wolf? Sure, because here are the reasons. Could it have been a professional job? Sure, because here are the reasons.
Yeah,
could it have been Israel? Sure, because here are the reasons. And just talking about it, but that becomes so dangerous because people will come in, listen for a second, take that little bit of information, run with it, and then they become radicalized just like others.
Yeah, well, they don't listen to they don't listen to, I don't know, but like it could be this. Here's the reasons why, or it could be this. Here's the reason why. But I don't know. These are just theories, and this is just me spitballing. They
Yeah.
leave that part out, and they hear this is the reason why.
Yeah.
I heard that.
It depends on if I was so. Oh, go ahead, Crump. I don't want to cut you off there.
No, I said I heard that, but we still don't know. We don't know.
So here's my take on that. So number one, if he was wearing armor, and there's a bunch of people saying you could see the blood packs under
It,
his, like, let's be respectful, okay? If that was armor, there were some unnatural, shapes under his shirt, which could have been just wrinkles, creases, whatever, or it could have been armor. If it was armor, it was probably Fraz, which is the thin. It's like level 3A thin, but it is rifle protection.
yeah,
If
I got
that
some upstairs.
was yeah, you know it is, and it's some of the best, most expensive armor that you can get because it is, as thick as pistol armor, but it is rifle level protection. Shout out
Yeah,
to Safelight.
safe life.
And yeah,
I love
Safe
those
Life.
guys.
Yeah, not the windshield people, the armor people. Sorry.
Yeah, Safe Life is
And
a great company. I think you can use code. What is it? Crump10. There's a code,
nice, nice,
and you can get 10% off Safe Life and free shipping. I don't get
sweet.
any money for that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, just for the folks to save money. So if he was wearing rifle armor, the only rifle armor that could have made sense would have been Fraz, which is the flexible rifle armor system, which is a very thin. I know he was just wearing a t-shirt. It is a very thin type of armor. If that was the case,
John
then
C.
John C.
Yeah.
Got it. If that was the case, that would not have stopped a 30-06 round, period. That would not have stopped a 30-06 round. Um, what it appears like to me after slowing down the footage like crazy, which is brutal to watch it over and over, but what it looks like is it looks like because a bunch of people just look at the hole in the neck, okay? Go back. You could either just listen to what I'm saying, or you could choose to go back and watch. It's up to you. It looks like he is actually struck in the left side center mass. And then when it strikes him center mass, it probably hit his spine or heart or something in that area that did a tremendous amount of damage to his spine and the connection between your spine and brain because he did the I forgot what it's called, but when you tense up and your wrists go in, it is an involuntary movement that happens when there is a traumatic injury to your brain and or brain stem and spine and all that, and then you see it looks like it exits out of the neck, which if that's the case, it could have come in and total, man, it sucks that I'm talking about this about Charlie Kirk, but it would have destroyed so much internally with his carotid and his jugular, and it would have absolutely looked exactly like what we saw if it were to have come and struck right here, done a bunch of damage, deflected, redirected, and then exited his throat. That's what would have happened. So I think that may have been the case.
Yeah. Another thing to keep in mind is we don't know.
That Thank you. Yes, we don't know. We don't know. This is all speculation from reviewing stuff, taking little bits of information and drawing my own conclusions, which I would also encourage you guys to do. Come to your own conclusions, stay away from mainstream media. The only reason we were just watching mainstream media is because there happened to be a press briefing on this specific topic. I also think they made some errors and they showed too much of their cards
Who?
because the FBI
I
or
don't
the
think they did.
DOJ,
I don't
because
think they
they're
did.
well, and you may know more than I know. I'm just
Oh, okay.
saying that it looked like they were saying we have more than 7,000 tips and we have video that you don't see, and this person we're definitely going to find them. That means that the guy may have a chance. What I think, I'm saying it may embolden this individual to continue running. I think what we're going to find, honestly, is a husk of a corpse somewhere that ate their pistol with a perfectly worded explanation and manifesto, sat down right next to a, some type of like a Bernie Sanders poster, and
What what I think is what I think is happening is that um I I think that this guy, I mean, this is just a theory, I don't know, but there's a good possibility this guy isn't done. Maybe he has other targets. I don't know. We don't know.
yeah,
No one knows. People are talking on the internet like they know for sure. We don't know.
yeah,
Somebody asked about why isn't there footage of the shooter climbing on the roof? I think there is, but uh, probably just didn't want to release it. What
yeah.
we see that they have is a fraction of what they actually have.
Yeah, and I'm sure people had drones in the air. They had all sorts of stuff, and people start combing through that footage, and they find stuff. Yes, the press conference happened already. Chris Savage says, "DLD After Dark. The entrance wound was his neck. It hit the spine or brainstem, which is why his arms curled. It could be. So what I found when I went back through the footage is that you see, if you've seen a high-powered rifle hit a target wearing like light clothing, you usually see like a zip of the clothing, or if you've taken deer, you see the poof of the pelt, and you know what I mean. And that's why I was thinking it may have, again, I don't know, right? I am so comfortable in this situation saying that I do not know, right? But it appeared to me, and I could absolutely be wrong because I don't know, that it zipped through here, bounced, deflected, did a bunch of damage, and then exited through the throat, which again, I could be wrong. I was just saying, going frame by frame, it's what it kind of looks like. A lot of other people were saying that, obviously it's really weird that the dudes are doing, baseball signs and stuff next to him. And someone else
Yeah.
said that, there was a guy with a gun behind him that you can see the projectiles. Those could be bugs, right? Like you don't know for sure, especially depending on what kind of camera
Ouch.
equipment. Clovertac, I owe you an email back. I'm so sorry. Things have just been crazy since I got back from
Clover,
goals.
what's up? And one of the other things that people were talking about is um, a lot of people are like, well, the guy asking the question, was he in on it? He has actually broken his silence. I can play that interview with like a 31-second clip. And from this clip, I can tell you that I am confident that this guy had nothing to do with it.
I would love to see it. I've not seen that.
Yeah, because he is visibly.
So, real quick before you start it, TMC Fraz is a standalone system that doesn't use an external carrier. It's not like plates. Think literally of a level 3A concealable vest, but it stops rifle threats, some rifle threats in
I
a
can go
limited
get it.
amount. Yeah, I mean, literally, like Crump could just show it. Just think of a level 3A
Just
concealable
keep on
vest.
talking. I'll be right back.
Yeah. If you think of a level 3A concealable vest, think of that, but this is they call it Fraz, which Safe Life Defense is um, probably, I think, the only company that makes this. This is a rifle. Here, I'm gonna take this down for a sec until we play it. This is a level 3A type of armor, thickness, basically what's typically used for pistol threats from 22 to 44 Magnum, but it is way tougher, way better material, and it's called Fraz, which is the flexible rifle armor system. So it is super thin. It comes with its own concealable carrier. They come with white carriers, black carriers, and they're crazy thin. So you could absolutely, I know dudes that run security. Actually, one of the security guys at my church runs his Fraz underneath a t-shirt.
All right, this is Fraz right here.
Yeah.
So it's flexible.
Yeah. You can literally bend it, but it will stop like 556, 762 by 39, 300 blackout. But it absolutely is guaranteed to not stop a 30-06.
Yeah, it's kind of expensive too. But let's go ahead. I'll show you this.
Yeah, it's like $1,700.
And people have obviously pointed to the irony that the point that I was trying to make is how peaceful the left was right before he got shot. And that only makes sense if we stay peaceful. And as much as I disagree with Charlie Kirk, I'm on the record for how much I disagree with Charlie Kirk, but like, man, dude, he is still a human being. Have we forgotten that? Are we crazy? Like, and people have obviously pointed to the irony that the point that I was trying to make is how peaceful the left was right before he got shot. And
That's it. He was basically saying that the irony is his thing was how peaceful the left was. And then he gets shot by the left.
Yeah, what seems to be probably someone from the left, or at least what people want us to believe to be someone on the left. But dude, and I'm sorry, my voice is kind of rough. It cannot be overstated how much violence we have seen when constantly for the last decade, the entire conversation is about violent right-wing extremists, the, Q-tards and, all this, the MVEs, military violent extremists, like, because we like to throw on KIT and LARP, they say that we're violent because we care about arming ourselves and preserving life, right? Preserving innocent life, like our children, our families, right? Like I have a daughter, dude. Like I'm going to do whatever I can do to make sure I can protect my children and myself. The fact that the sheer volume of shootings that we have seen from the left, from extreme leftists, and I hate this because I hate the whole right and left thing. I hate the just division that it sows, and it seems that
a day for so many Charlie Kirk supporters and fans from all over the country, and again,
keep on going.
very difficult time for
Erica,
the wife of Charlie.
I've always said I think the right and the left is just this made up thing to cause
division and chaos.
Yes, just absolute division and chaos, and they assign colors to the parties like gang flags, and they drive a wedge into America because they know the United States government knows that the only thing that we have going for us is a lack of organization. If there was organization and structure, there is no chance that the United States government could do anything to control us. But instead, we're instead of coming together, being human beings, being good Christians, caring for each other, being kind, compassionate, and loving, we get divided. And I've always said that I hate this right and left thing. I hate the blue and red thing. But in this case, man, I can't ignore it when I'm like, you need to clean up your side of the fence. Otherwise, I'm going to have to default to the narrative of, well, the left is violent. These extremely just deranged trans people that are committing all these terrible acts and shootings and all that.
I mean, I think we should blame the person for doing it. But what
I agree.
But what I want to say is that I think one of the biggest issues that we have is that a lot of people have been saying words are violence. Words are violence.
That is a soft
they protected themselves because they said something nasty or something they disagreed with, so they defended themselves by using violence, and we got to get away from that.
Yeah, dude, it's protected speech, it's protected expressions. That is the softest, most BS excuse I've ever heard. And I'd seen someone say Charlie Kirk didn't die because of hate speech. He died because of speech they hate. And that is so true.
Yeah. But what I'm starting to say, I don't think it's like a trans thing more than a ideological cult thing where they are taught that words are violence. When people are taught that, and they believe that um, that these certain people believe that they are justified with violence by using words or using words of people that disagree with them. I think that is the main issue.
Yeah. And just real quick, so I was actually going to come back and kind of issue a little bit of a correction because what I said was kind of unfair. Um, the chomp says, "Oh, BS, trans has nothing to do with it. I'm trans and I'm conservative. I want to be left alone. The left is complacent with violence to push an agenda." Yeah, one of the things I was going to say after I said that was more so like the seemingly increased extreme leftist transgender shooters that have that have been occurring more recently, but I should not cast a blanket over all of the left or even over all the extreme left or all over trans or anything like that. I'm just saying, and look, I you know me, I'm not an apologist, right? But it's the same thing. Like, look, there's some people that and I even, man, I hate the whole political leaning BS because this is this is exactly what happens. It's like it's no longer about an individual's human values or morals or what they believe in. It's all going back to the political BS, and it's a game to them. It's control to them, and it's having real life consequences right in front of us.
Yeah, instead of teaching our kids, hey, people, people might say stuff that you disagree with and fight back with your ideas. Let the best ideas win, right?
Yeah.
You and have conversations, and I don't think that a lot of people do that. People are so pigeonholed into what their side says that they believe that nothing is like nothing that the other side says has any value, or that anyone, if you disagree with them on an issue, a political issue, that hey, you might not be a bad person. There's a lot of people that can't have conservative friends. There's a lot of conservatives that can't have liberal friends.
Hmm. And look, just conservatism and liberalism has totally changed and evolved over the last couple decades. That it's really difficult to tell the difference between the two. But what has happened is people have assigned left or right to personal values and morals. Right? If someone is a Christian, then it's assumed that they're right wing and so on and so on. If someone is trans, it's assumed that someone is, leftist. If someone, right? Like, I remember when there was a time where my parents had taught me and all my brothers and sisters there are three things you do not talk about outside of like family and stuff like that. We didn't, really even talk about it with family much, but you don't talk about religion, you don't talk about politics, you don't talk about money. Those are things that you don't talk about in mixed company. And now it seems like that's literally all we talk about. You
Well,
will know someone's political standing before you know their religion, right? Which means that
well,
they care more about advertising their political affiliation than they do their belief in everlasting life.
yeah. Well, I believe that we should be able to talk about all that stuff, right?
Yeah, you
I
should
think
be
we
able
should be able
to.
to talk about it in public.
Hmm.
But I think the issue is we're to a point where we see people as their politics and not as people.
Yeah. It couldn't be, the last 10 years of vilifying, right wing white individuals as violent extremists, Nazis, Hitler, racist bigots, and all that. That certainly couldn't be it. Because that doesn't get dangerous like in the 1930s in Germany.
Yeah, it's just bad. But yeah, I just wanted to cover the press conference really quick. We are we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah. Appreciate you, man. I'll be going live here in a little bit. I'm gonna need like 10, 15 minutes, y'all, for people that are in here that are on my side, on my channel. Do me a favor, just chill, take it easy for a bit. Give me like 15 minutes and I'll
Do
be
you want
going
me
live
end it?
here in
Do
a
you want me
moment.
end it on all the streams besides yours, or just end it? End it.
No, you can just end it. I'm gonna start one in like 10 or 15 minutes.
All right. I will see you guys later. Thank you so much, and we'll be back at 8:30 tomorrow morning with the Tate oral arguments.
Appreciate you guys.
And see you guys later. Bye.